हैप्पी मदर्स डे टू ऑल ऑफ यू फ्रॉम न्यूयॉर्क। और आज मदर्स डे स्पेशल में हम आपको लेकर चल रहे हैं न्यूयॉर्क टू मुंबई, इंडिया। और आपकी मुलाकात करवाने जा रहे हैं एक बहुत ही सक्सेसफुल एक्ट्रेस से, जो सक्सेसफुल एक्टर होने के साथ साथ सक्सेसफुल बिजनेस वुमेन है, माँ है, बहन है, बेटी है एंड वाइफ है। वाइफ है एक बहुत ही वेल नोन एक्टर की। आपको और सरप्राइज नहीं देते और आपको मिलवाते हैं हमारी आज मदर्स डे स्पेशल की गेस्ट अदिति मलिक से, और जानते हैं उनका लाइफ एक्सपीरियंस एज ए मदर। और सिंस हम उनसे गपशप कर रहे हैं तो कुछ और भी जानकारी लेते हैं उनकी जिंदगी के जो दूसरे पहलू हैं उनके बारे में। सो लेट्स हैव ए चैट विथ very talented, beautiful, and very energetic Aditi Malik se. Aditi, happy Mother's Day to you.
Happy Mother's Day to you too, and to everyone listening and watching this video, and wishing everybody a very blissful and a happy Mother's Day.
And Aditi, there's no better feeling in the world than holding your child in your arms. So,
Absolutely.
when you came to know that you are pregnant, you were conceiving your baby before you were holding in your hands, what was the feeling at that time?
I cried. I don't know they were happy tears or what tears were they, but I was kind of shocked because I was not expecting it, and probably it was one of the most toughest phases in my life because that same year my father was detected with cancer, and he was very unwell, so I was going through a lot. And then suddenly I got to know that I mean, I was unwell, I had fever and I had some low bp, so it was just not on my mind. But then suddenly, I don't know why, I thought, okay, let me check myself, and I just got to know that I'm pregnant. So much that when Mohit was shooting and when I called him and I told him I'm positive, he said, "You are COVID positive?" So he thought I'm COVID positive. I said, "No, baby, I'm not COVID positive. I'm pregnant." So I was alone in the house, I still remember, and I didn't understand that how I'm going to manage and what am I going to do, and what I mean, it was just because I was all alone. Uh, but then when I told my father, I could see signs of him getting better. So I think that was, though I lost him last year, but still, that those months wherein he knew that there's a new phase which is going to happen, and a baby is going to come, he was on his healing path, and we could see him getting better and better. So I think in a way that was a blessing for all of us. And now more I realize that it is a blessing for me, my mother, because now we see Papa in him. So I think it was God's way of preparing us that what has to happen will happen. But then let me bless you with, probably something which will keep you happier.
But Aditi, आपने बोला कि you were not ready for that and you just didn't wanted to wait a little longer. But you have been married for like by the time about 9-10 years.
Yeah, as they say, you are never prepared. So we got married pretty early. So everybody thinks that we got married at a very young age, both of us. Unlike people who are in media. So we when we met each other, we were with each other for like almost 5 years. And then I being the youngest daughter to my parents were getting older and they were very concerned. So they said that no, we want you married. If you have decided whom you want to marry, so you get married. So poor thing, मेरा तो छोड़ दो, मोहित तो मतलब no guy gets married at the age of 25. Yeah, so he was around 25, 26, and me same. So it's like we got married pretty earlier. So it was not that we didn't want it, a child, or didn't want it to become parents, but I feel you are never prepared. So I had thought that I had certain goals in mind, and apart from that, my father was very unwell. So there were too many things going on in my mind. So and that time I was not prepared, and I would not say that I had an easy pregnancy because psychologically I was not okay. It was very tough for me, but I think I sailed through. I managed. Life teaches you. And now I think it's the most blissful feeling to have him around and just to see him, you forget everything.
So I know in India में आपको बताते नहीं है कि लड़का है या लड़की है, right?
Correct, correct, correct.
तो यहाँ तो हमारे यहाँ अमेरिका में
पता चल जाता है, right, right.
पता है क्या चलता है, हमारे यहाँ तो पूरा सेलिब्रेशन होता है.
पूरा celebration होता है, yeah. You announce a baby girl or a boy,
Yeah.
and then the name's already decided when you get admitted to the hospital. So India में unfortunately it's not there. So
Fortunately or unfortunately we can say it.
yeah, we can say because ये होता है कि end तक वो fun भी बना रहता है. You know, you are guessing, you keep guessing that whether it's a boy or a girl. So in our case, Mohit was so very sure that it's a girl because he wanted a girl. So he was so sure that it's a girl. And but then first time when he held Ikbir, so he said, I forgot that I had asked for a girl. It was just that baby in my hands. And now when I'd ask him, so he says, I don't know. I mean, he was so like he used to refuse to see boy clothes. So I used to tell him कि मतलब वो लड़के का नाम तो हमने बाय चांस निकाल लिया था, लड़की का नाम सोच समझ के रखा था, लड़के का तो चलो एक ही निकाल के रखा था कि लड़का हुआ तो ये करेंगे, but otherwise he was so sure that he's going to have a girl.
How about you? You wanted a daughter or a son?
I was surely okay with anything, but yeah, even I am, because somehow I feel bottom of my heart ek hota hai na, because I don't have a brother, and I always missed a brother feeling in my life, that feeling of, you know. So I guess probably I was very happy when I had a boy, because I somehow felt like my equation with him also right now is not probably of a mother son, but we are more of, it feels he's my age only somehow. It's he, I feel that he understands me. I feel he understands everything what I'm thinking. He's just one right now, but I just feel still we are developing a bond which is very understanding, and not like a typical mother son would be. So which is what I was looking at, which is what I wanted always. So I think it's beautiful.
You will have that because the first child is always your best friend.
Yes, I'm already feeling it.
Now you just celebrated his first birthday.
Yes, we did. Unfortunately, he was not too well, but whatever we did, we had fun. We had family time, and we invited few friends of his.
So tell us, आपने बेबी का नाम कैसे डिसाइड किया कि आप ये नाम देंगे? बहुत यूनिक नाम है बेबी का.
So name was decided by Mohit, and so we were liking all girl names, and he's decided both the names. मतलब अगर girl होती and boy होता, we were liking everything girl names. There was not a single boy name that we liked. Just few days ago, Mohit came up suddenly. I think he was reading something related to Sikhism or something. He went through this name, and he suddenly told me, how is Ikbir? And it just suddenly clicked. Like I said, I don't want to look at any other name if it's a boy. It has to be this. So it was decided by him. And I suddenly felt when he said that name, I felt that it's going to be a boy. Because that name suddenly connected to me. Like in a very different way. No other name connected the way that name connected.
It's a beautiful name, very unique name, very pretty name.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, अब हम बात करेंगे mom to actor. आपने अपना जो जर्नी 20 years back शुरू की, 21 years back. आपका पहला शो था घर घर की कहानी. So पहले शो में आपने हर घर घर की कहानी को देखा. और उसके बाद आपने कुमकुम किया शो, और मूवी थी मिली जिसमें अमिताभ बच्चन एंड जया भाद्रे ने काम किया, जहां अमिताभ बच्चन मिले अपनी मिली से, और आपने टीवी शो किया मिली जिसमें आप मिले
मोहित से.
So ये
Oh, I never thought of this angle. I must tell this to Mohit also. I never thought that this had happened to Amitabh Bachchan, Jaya Bhaduri. They also met in Milli. Well thought.
Thank you. I have done my homework.
Yeah, well thought.
So, Marathi Murgi. and Punjabi Munda. Two different cultures, North and West.
Deadliest combinations.
So घर में जब खाना बनता है, कौन सा खाना बनाती है आपकी जेठ?
वो पूरा मराठी मुल्का बन चुका है और मैं पूरी पंजाबी मुंडी बन चुकी हूँ क्योंकि मुझे पसंद है राजमा चावल, उसको पसंद है फिश करी राइस. अभी ये हो गया है. I am basically a Goan. I'm from Goa. So it's a lot of fish curry and yeah, stuff like that. So he is now fond of all of that, and he's fond of coconut so much because we use coconut in almost everything. And I love parathas. I love rajma chawal. Since the time I'm a child, I had somehow decided that I will marry a Punjabi because I found that Marathi weddings are very boring. As a child, I had told my parents that Marathi weddings में ना मजा नहीं आता. I want to marry a Punjabi because उनकी लंबी चौड़ी शादियां होती है और ये होता है वो होता है. So I think कहीं ना कहीं बचपन में ही सोच लिया था मैंने. I had my plans. And now I am more of a Punjabi, I feel.
That's good.
At heart, yeah. It's like, I mean, Mohit has a joint family in Delhi. And it's like a family of 20-25 members. And, it's like that. So I'm a very girl at a heart. Like I'm a very, what you can say, ये जो होता है ना एक टिपिकल फीलिंग वाली लड़की होती है कि I used to love joint families and I used to love that, like I am born and brought up in a nuclear family. In Bombay इतना नहीं होता, but I used to like, one of my favorite movies used to be हम आपके हैं कौन. So I was seeing all of that and I was growing up, and that's how I had wished for. Like I want a family like that when I'll get married, and I got one. Like our family is like a full Masti Punjabi joint family जो full on जब जाते हैं तो ऐसी धमाल होती है, and जब वो यहाँ आते हैं तो full on धमाल होता है. So by God's grace, I wished for it and I got it. Wonderful. With obviously a fabulous husband, which I have, which obviously I had prayed for. So yeah, God's been very kind.
And Aditi, and then you also did that dance show.
Naj Baliye, yes.
So were you into dance, or did you pulled him to be with you in this reality show?
Not really. We were dating then and we were approached for it. None of us knew that what we are, both of us are like, I mean, we love dancing. Who doesn't like dancing? So it's like we thought that it was the best time of our lives. We were dating, and these realities and all, they make you even more, they make your bond stronger because you start working together. You work under a lot of pressures also. So you understand each other better. So I take it as a very good experience in terms of making foundation of a relationship stronger. And I have some beautiful memories of the show, though I had a knee injury, which is still there with me during that show, because we used to hardly do warm-ups and just practice. So I got a knee injury, which I do a lot of yoga, so that's how it got recovered and got better. But I still have it with me, that injury. So it's a memory of my life. That injury is Naj Baliye is that injury which I had.
You're carrying that.
But yeah, it was fun. It was super fun. Yeah.
And then you were the host of Star Viva. I mean, it's very different.
Yeah.
Hosting the show is completely different than acting in the.
But somehow I love hosting. Like I love to talk. So I feel that a person who loves to talk can be a very good host. So I really enjoyed. I feel, if you ask me that what I have enjoyed the most in my career till now, and that I would say is Star Viva. I really enjoyed hosting a show. And I would, in fact, if I get back to television and I get back to media, I probably would want to host a show. That is something I really enjoy doing. I love talking to people, but I love hosting something wherein I'm interacting with people. Like in Star Viva, I had a lot of interactions. The show was about marriage and, couples getting together on the show and their marriages getting arranged and fixed on the show, which I really enjoyed. So I think one of my best what I have done so far.
So उस शो को होस्ट करते समय आपने क्या लर्न किया जो आपने अपनी मैरिज लाइफ में उसको अडॉप्ट किया?
I feel that when it's marriage, for everybody, it's always the first learning what you get is from your own house, like when you see your parents. So I have seen my parents and I have seen their lives and I have seen the way They managed and adapted and adjusted to each other, and they've always stood by each other in whatever the situation and circumstances, which I've always seen as a child. So I think that is the only thing I implement in our relationship. I feel marriage to bas ek naam hai. It's about two individuals getting together and living a happy life and being there for each other, growing together in that relationship is what marriage is all about. So I think ये बस दो तीन चीजें है marriage में, and that's it. I mean, that is it all about. And I just follow that day in and day out.
I have met very few people from the industry, I would say, who are very successful businesswomen also. And you're one of them. I really appreciate क्योंकि फिल्म इंडस्ट्री में और टीवी इंडस्ट्री में कंपटीशन बहुत ज़्यादा है. So बहुत कंपटीशन की वजह से lot of people are going through depression, lot of people committed suicide during pandemic. And once they get that stardom, it's very hard for them to go back to their real life. You know, it's very difficult for them. And people just say, okay, if it doesn't work, we will do something else. But they don't. And they
True.
fall into a very big, I would say, hole in of their lives.
True. Absolutely.
What made you think to do this business, hospitality, while you were so successful in the entertainment industry?
So there are a couple of reasons to it. There is not one reason to it. A, my passion for creating beautiful spaces, which I always had. So I love traveling, and when I travel, I actually choose my travel locations with the cafes in that particular place, with the restaurants which are there, because I really like beautiful spaces with good food. So that's been my passion. So I always wanted to have one of my own, but I'd never had an intention of that becoming my primary business. I always wanted to have a small cafe, which is like, just for myself. That was the ideation behind it. But then eventually I realized one thing, that our industry being so unsettled, and me and Mohit both being from the same industry, and Mohit being so passionate and choosy about what he does. Like, he's not the kinds who will pick up anything and everything just, because it has money in it. He's very choosy and particular about what he does. So I realized that here one of us needs to understand that, there has to be an alternate profession which we need to follow. So that was one reason. And the other reason, obviously, I had my passion. I couldn't think of doing anything else apart from opening a restaurant. Though my friends who later helped me in restaurant had told me that don't do it. It's not something that you can do it at this stage of your career where you're already doing something and you're successful in it. You've already put in so many years in media and you're already successfully doing it. So why do you want to switch over? But I said it's a challenge and I want to do it. Let's see. Opened my first cafe, which was just a 22-seater. Then there was a straightaway jump wherein I opened something which is a 150-seater. Then again, I had one more. Then I opened a franchise in Bangalore. So today I think my 5th restaurant is opening this month. So probably 2017 till now. It's just God's grace, and I think belief is what is very important. I would say that just have belief in what you want to do, and then do it with perfection. Whatever you do it with perfection.
Aditi, you're an inspiration to so many people. I hope they are watching this show and they are watching you in other shows as well and read about your
Thank you.
style, because it's very difficult, and especially when we are talking about hospitality industry. This is a very demanding industry.
It is definitely it is, and you have to be constantly on your toes. It's not that every day you have to reinvent and do things which will be inviting and which will be see, it's about attracting the clients and attracting people to your space, which is a happy space. You have to always watch it, that it's you have to keep a watch over it, because all our spaces have our personal attention. So it's, if you just open it and leave it, it's not going to be the same what it's going to be. So the USP of our spaces and my spaces are, they have my personal attention in every space. Every space is made like a home when you enter the space. And this is not me saying, whoever who goes and whoever loves our spaces say that you feel at home. That was the idea, to make a restaurant which feels like home. So I just follow that, and that's how we are what we are.
So what are the names of your restaurants and where are they located?
My first space, that's called the Homemade Cafe. The second restaurant what we opened, it's called One Brew House Kitchen. It's basically 1 BHK. That name was given by Mohit. One Brew House Kitchen has a franchise in Bangalore, which is a bigger space. It's like double the size, like it's around 250-seater. Then I have one in Juhu, which is very close to Juhu Chowpatty. That's again homemade cafe, but with a bar. It's a homemade cafe and bar. And I am coming up with one Asian restaurant now, which should be opening soon.
How do you manage your time between your work and your family?
So I have partners who are there with me, and so we have. My biggest role is in conceptualizing the places, and of course I look at food. I'm very particular about what food we serve. Like I'm very finicky, so that is what I look at. So that aspect is mine. Rest I have partners who are looking into their own aspects. So together I think we manage it all. It's not a problem.
Let me ask you some rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Your favorite food?
If home food, then Rajma Chawal. But if outside food, then Chinese.
Which Chinese dish?
I love, like, I'm a very, I don't know whether you are from US, so I don't know whether in Mumbai you get that Chinese chow mein and Chinese fried rice and chili chicken. That's my favorite. Like, it's the basic Chinese what you get. So that's my favorite, all-time favorite. Like, I can have it anytime in the day. It's like that.
And your favorite color?
Pink.
Your favorite destination?
Italy.
Your favorite actor?
My husband, of course, definitely. I am a loyal fan of my husband, but apart from my husband, I am today's cinema. I feel I'm a huge fan of. I was a huge fan of Irfan Khan, and I love Pankaj Tripathi. And he's a very good man and a very humble person, and I really like to see his work.
Your female actor?
I think Alia Bhatt is doing a wonderful job. So I would say that I love watching her work.
One thing you love about Mohit?
Passionate in everything what he does.
One thing you don't like about Mohit?
Too passionate. He's too passionate about everything. He never excuses himself for anything. So I think that's like, one doesn't need to be so hard on himself, but he does at times. So that is something which I don't like about him.
So about his son Akbir, when he grows up, what are your dreams? What do you want him to be?
A good human. That's very important. I feel more than anything, I value humanity the most. And I feel if you're a good human being, you can be and you can achieve anything in life. So it's very important to be a good human being.
One life experience जब आप बैठते हो and all of a sudden you start smiling.
Of course, the time when I think the best moment of my life is when I realize that I'm in love with Mohit. That's the time I think I really, that particular moment when, we both realize that, we have something more than friendship. I think that's the most, my favorite memory for me. Like I love to think about it more and more because it's so beautiful.
Is there any role on TV industry जो आपने, you had an opportunity to do it but you let it go and you regret it after that?
I honestly, Neeta, don't regret anything in life. I don't regret. I try and not to regret because I feel what is mine is mine. What is, and my baby's up, but he's still sleepy. Otherwise, I would have got him in the frame, but he's sleepy.
I know. No,
he slept little, yeah, I slept a little late. So I was saying that I don't have any regrets because I feel what is mine is what would come to me. So I never have that thing of this could have been there or that would have been there and I would have done this and I would have done that. No. What I am, I'm grateful for and I don't regret for anything in life.
You're very ambitious and you're very passionate about everything what you do. And you believe in perfectionism. कुछ ऐसा जिंदगी में है जो आपको लगता है कि I still have left. I have to do this.
I feel like doing a lot for people. Like I'm a person that I want to help people in whatever way I can. So that is one thing. At times, of course, we do. Right now, also, it's not that we don't help people, but I feel I wish I could do more. At times, I feel that there is lots which I want to do and which me and Mohit want to do, and I'm sure I would say that I'm really ambitious to do something wherein, at the end of it, at the end of my life, I'm happy that I have done this in my life, this lifetime. So yeah, that is something I would want to achieve, I feel. That's the most happiest feeling in the world, when helping somebody. It just gives me that the satisfaction, that what it gives me, it's like $1,000,000. I mean, I can't even imagine that if 1,000,000 will give me that satisfaction. So I think that is something I would want to do more and more. So I wish and I pray to God that God gives me the capacity and the strength to do it. Because, we are the privileged ones who have the capacity to earn more. So why not? Have the capacity to earn more. So do that and help more and more people as much as you can. I mean, that's how I feel, that's my motivation to work harder.
हमें उम्मीद है आपको हमारा ये मदर्स डे स्पेशल शो विद द ब्यूटीफुल एंड वेरी टैलेंटेड अदिति मलिक से पसंद आया होगा. सो डोंट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब, ring the bell, like and comment. आप भी हमें कमेंट सेक्शन में मदर्स डे विश कर सकते हैं.